Running a creative business sounds so dreamy. You get to make your own art, you get to set your own hours, and follow your passion. And sometimes, yeah, it is completely dreamy. But a lot of the time, it's just straight up messy. There is so much behind the scenes stuff that people just do not talk about. The emotional ups and downs, the overthinking, and the exhaustion. Today, I want to talk about all of that. And I want to share a recent decision that felt really hard, but necessary. Let's just say it. This is not a linear path. Some days I feel on top of everything, and the next day I'm staring at my screen, wondering why I am suddenly so anxious about whether my art is even good enough to post. There is the never ending to do list, the feeling that you have to be your own marketing manager, creative director, photographer, fulfillment center, and customer service rep, all before lunchtime. So easy. And then there's just the mental load, the tiny voice that says, you should be doing more, or you should be going faster. You should have that new product line ready. Like yesterday, it can get really loud and really lonely. One of my big goals for this year was to participate in person events. Yes, in real life. And not just markets, but actual in person, face to face get togethers with my fellow artists. I just want to be offline more, and I want to connect with people face to face. So when I met up with a group of art friends recently, one of my fellow artists really encouraged me to apply to participate in this local craft market called Renegade. Now, if you have never heard of Renegade Craft Fair, let me introduce you. It's basically a beautifully curated market that happens in big cities across the US. The LA market is outdoors, there's beautiful vendors, there's food trucks, it's sunny because it's LA, and it's just a day full of sunshine and creativity. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? And at first, when my fellow artist encouraged me, my first instinct was, no, I can't do that. I don't have enough product. I'm not ready. My artwork's not good enough. But a few days later, I got an email from Renegade Craft Fair because I am a subscriber to their newsletter. And that email said that they were still accepting applications for their spring market. It felt like a sign. So, on a bit of a whim, I applied. And less than a week later, I got a yes email. And I was so incredibly excited. I started dreaming up what my booth was going to look like, which products I was going to bring, and I was really genuinely looking forward to it. But here's the messy part. I was already committed to teaching 2 block printing workshops at Craftcation on April 24th, just a couple of days before the Renegade weekend, and it's a 2-day market. I was also prepping products for Craftcation's pop-up shop and trying to keep up with my regular business and my full-time job all at the same time. After several nights in a row, terrible sleep, and spiraling thoughts, I finally had a long talk with Catherine and some of my fellow artist friends, and I realized I needed to bow out of Renegade. Was I embarrassed? Yeah, a little. Was I sad? Definitely. But mostly, I was just relieved because trying to do it all was not only costing me my time, it was costing me my peace. That decision taught me something I kind of already knew, but I needed to relearn it. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, even when it's exciting, even when it's a fantastic opportunity. Running a creative business means constantly checking in with yourself and your capacity, your energy, and your why. And it means learning to say no, even when it feels really hard. And honestly, sometimes relief is that sign that you made the right decision, even if it doesn't feel like a win as an artist. So if you are in a messy season, if you feel stretched too thin or stuck, or like everything is happening too fast, Please know you are not alone. We don't talk enough about the days that feel like a complete scramble or the things that we don't do for the sake of our own sanity. But that's part of it. That is part of being a creative business. You are still doing great work, even if it's happening at a slower pace than you thought. You are allowed to change your mind. I did. And you are allowed to rest. I would love to hear from you. What is something that you have had to let go of or walk away from in your creative business or your creative journey? Or what's been messy behind the scenes lately? Feel free to share it in the comments, and always remember, this is a judgment-free zone. Thanks for being here and for showing up for the honest parts of this journey. I will see you next time. And if you stuck around this long, thank you. And I would love it if you checked out this video if you want to know more about my full-time job as a book conservator and how it inspires my artwork. See you next time.